Hey everyone, new update for CEMU. So we're on, let's see if that works. Gotta love that. Okay, sweet, it does. Hey everyone. All right, so new update for CEMU, which is version 1.7.3d, the Patreon build. It's a verified copy as always. Nothing's changed. The only thing I have now is our GPU buffer cache accuracy is dropped down to low, which is equal to fast. For CPU, I'm using host-based, and for the CPU I'm using recompiler. I wanted to test again to see how performance is overall. I haven't got Afterburner, although I haven't really tested Afterburner since initially because of the upside down glitch, which still is going on for some stupid reason. I can't figure out why. So we won't actually have an FPS counter. But things I have running in my background are Steam and a few other things as well. But nothing that's really going to detract performance from the emulator itself. So I'm going to continue from where I am, which is a Great Plateau tower. I was able to stream this earlier on 7.3.c or 7.3c, and I want to see how the performance is again. I like doing testing. I like figuring out how things are going. I am actually going to close off Chrome here. I had YouTube open, and I'm going to close that off completely. Again, guys, I am streaming this from a i7 3930K based machine with a GTX 660 Ti, and that is where, captured with an Elgato HD60 Pro. My video, or the streaming, or the gaming PC that I'm actually running this off of, has an i7 4770K overclocked to 4.5 gigahertz with an R9 390. That just is factory overclocked. I don't know what the exact is. Specifically, it's running at 1500 megahertz right now, and the clocks are a little bit weird. I'm still trying to sort that out on Crimson Relive 1612.1. So keep that in mind. We'll go full screen in a sec here, just so you can get a better chance to see the performance. But this is, again, a blind test, so I don't know how it's going to handle things, and I'm surprised. All right, so let's see here. So performance, as you can tell, is not amazing. Again, we're still getting glitches and stuff. If you are looking to emulate this, you're definitely going to want to try this with an NVIDIA GPU, which is a shame because, the 390 is a pretty capable card when you think about it. It seems it runs a little bit better when it's in window mode, but not by much. I want to make this abundantly clear, okay? I'm not changing anything with my testing. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just running it exactly how the game is set. And, people are getting better performance. And I don't, honestly, I look at my FPS, I look at my performance with Windows, and it's not as bad as it might look. Really, CEMU is using 24% CPU. Now, I have not restarted my computer in 5 days, maybe going on 6 now, so it might be a bit of a different story. However, everything said, I'm still not getting performance I want. Now, I haven't tested this on the 3930K with the 660 Ti. I have not tested that. So maybe AMD has a disadvantage, has an absolute disadvantage over NVIDIA, which would be a shame. But again, I don't have a more modern NVIDIA video card overall. Yes, I'm sorry, my voice sounds like it's cracking. I want to try to get, I'm kind of just experimenting with things. I want to try to be able to get myself into a dungeon or something similar to be able to really test things. But honestly, to me, again, this is not really that playable. And I don't think we're going to be at a playable state. I don't think we're going to be at a playable state for quite some time. It's coming along, for sure. It's definitely coming along. But I think that Breath of the Wild still has a ways to go before we actually get to a place where it's, going to be playable and people are going to enjoy it. I mean, if you're persistent, you can obviously enjoy this and everything. But at the end of the day, it's really not running how you want in a game, right? You see, it's just dipping down completely. So I'm going to restart my computer, and I'll do an updated video of this to be able to tell. And I also will test it on my, 660 Ti and 3930K just to see if there's any performance gains or differences or anything. If this is what I think it is with an NVIDIA GPU. The problem. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm just gonna get into this. The problem I have with this is CEMU. Sorry, not the CEMU, but the Wii U actually uses an AMD based graphic solution. So I honestly thought that AMD would be preferred. I thought that a 390 and the like would be a preferred solution because of the actual hardware and whatnot. But if it's based on the amount of shaders and not so much core count, but things like that, then I think that in that case, I guess the 1070, because that's what I've seen. I've seen videos of 1.7.3d running on. Is there supposed to be water here? That's weird. Looks like that there's supposed to be water here, but there is no water. So maybe that's a glitch that's going on with it too. I've heard it with the physics and whatnot. Anyways, so I guess what I'm trying to say is there it is. Okay, so the water physics are weird as well. That's really interesting though to check it out. There is water here. There is supposed to be water anyways. The water looks pretty cool. But yeah, there's supposed to be water here and you're supposed to be able to swim. But again, physics really don't seem to be working too well. So that's something that they are definitely getting fixed. The map runs fine. I mean, no issues with the map really. I mean, it's running on 20 FPS. And I'm going to say it again, as I said before, your best bet is to buy this. If you want the, Breath of the Wild, the true Breath of the Wild experience, your best bet is to spend the money, get yourself a Wii U, get yourself a Switch, and play this. You're going to be disappointed. If you're looking at playing, on an emulator, you're not going to be able to get it. You're not going to be able to run what you want in this time. But as it sits right now, this is the actual performance I'm getting and everything. I will restart my computer live, and then we can do some testing in a moment here, and we'll see if it's any better. So we'll see. I'm going to start my computer, and I'll let you know in a moment. Hopefully OBS doesn't crash. But this just to see. I don't want I don't want anybody saying, oh yeah, you wasted time or whatever with things. I really don't have anything major running at all on that. No antivirus scans with Malwarebytes, nothing like that running. Just basic shit, right? Steam and Discord and things. So I'm going to run it with a completely everything off type of version, and we're going to see if I get any different performance in this. I really hope, I don't know why it goes green, it just does that. I really hope that it was just the 5 days or 6 days of running constantly. I hope that's all the issue was and why it's running badly, but I don't know for sure. So, I'm getting, it seems like I'm getting a little bit better performance, but I honestly can't tell. So if you want to send me emails, go nuts. But whatever. Oh yeah, it didn't show me anything. Anyways, we'll go run CEMU right now. That sound, by the way, was my SCPS, whatever, the fucking PS3 driver. I'm not actually using a PS3 controller. I'm using a 360 controller. Thought that would be important to mention as well. I'm going to close off pretty much anything that runs right now just to be able to see if we get any performance at all. This is the stuff I do on a regular basis. I also have a chance to restart because now my mouse is a lot faster. Close AI suite, close off radio settings, close off splash top, close off mouse, close off everything. We just want to see if we can if it's going to be a difference in performance. Make sure MSI Afterburner is running because the GPU does get hot. Other than that, let's run the test again. So let's see here. We use stuff. CEMU 1.7.3, CEMU. Okay, I also have it running with administrator mode on as usual. Load, UKing. All right, here we go. All right, the ultimate test. How well does this run? How well does CEMU run now with being updated, basically? Or not updated, but with... I'm sorry, it's tired. It's 6:57 in the morning. I have not slept since 6 o'clock yesterday, as in I basically woke up at 6. So I've been awake for about 12 hours, and I'm a bit scatterbrained. And that was after being up for about 20-something hours. So anyways, CEMU is using 1.3 gigs of RAM thus far. It's using 24% of my CPU. And these are basic things that run. Close that off. I use TeamViewer to help people with their tech problems. If you're wondering what the hell's running, Wallpaper Engine is a good program. Tablet, I can just close all this stuff up. We're just going to see if we can get extra boost in performance here. Spooler's fine. RTSS is closed. I actually want to see if I run Afterburner. Sorry, log me in Hamachi, close off. Let's see if Afterburner with River Tuner is fixed. Nope, still has that issue. I don't know what's going on with that. But anyways, here we go. All right. No, again, not bullshitting you. Showing you the actual performance after restarting my computer live. Everything's been live. Here you go. This is it. I could have cut this video down and everything, but I don't do it that way. Okay. So after restarting my computer, you saw it first. You saw everything live. It seems like the AMD GPU is just, it's fucked. It's you know, it seems like that if you have an AMD GPU and you want to do this game specifically, you're going to be SOL for a while. I hate to say it, but as it sits right now, Breath of the Wild does not perform in any playable state. It's dropping frames. We're losing stuff here. We're losing a lot of things. But if were on the fence about Breath of the Wild and you wanted to test how it plays, now here's your chance to pick it up. I know everyone was so excited for version 1.7.3 to be updated and everything, and I mean that's it's great. It's great that you got to try it for one game. It's cool. But yeah, you're going to be greatly mistaken if you decide to pick us up for that. So, don't have any weapons. I'm going to see if I can grab the stick here just to show a little bit of combat off. Because in my other stuff, I never really showed off any combat. I never showed off anything. I kind of just jumped right into it, showed off a little bit of performance, took a lot of time to talk about the performance, and that was about it. That was the entire purpose of that video, pretty much. And thank you for the 5,000 views. The dislikes, I get it. You guys just weren't happy with the performance. Truth of the matter is, this is how it runs as an AMD, user. This is how your shit's gonna perform. Sadly. Oh, now we're just dropping stuff. I don't know. It has weird sound issues. But again, I'm gonna talk about it before. Okay, this is about a week and a bit after the game was released. That's what I'm blown away about, and that's why I'm happy to show this off, because this is a week and a half-ish after release. People were killing for a proper emulator for years, right? They were killing to be able to play these games right after release. So to me, that's what's good about it. I know I showed it before, and as you can tell, Breath of the Wild, I'm just not going to get some combat in today. Breath of the Wild is causing issues. However, what isn't causing issues to me, fuck off, Citra. What isn't causing issues to me, I think, is Wind Waker. Because again, I talked about it, and Wind Waker is a great game. One issue I was having with Wind Waker that I didn't really talk about previously is the dungeons. I got to Dragon Roost Island, and I'm in Dragon Roost Cavern right now. And when I'm in a specific area with a lot of particles, it seems to dip down in performance. So that's another thing I wanted to test as well. Because I know there's going to be a lot of people who are going to play Wind Waker on this, and they're going to want to know how the performance is. And I think it's fair to say that Wind Waker runs pretty damn good, as is right now. But it still has... Here we go. This is what I was referring to. It actually hitches up and drops down a bit, especially in areas with fire and whatnot. One area I was getting... a problem area for me was with... when you're actually... Before you get to Dragon Roost, or before you get to the cavern itself... when you have to raise the water and stuff and lower the spring, I was getting a lot of issues there as well. But yeah, the game runs a-okay to me. No issues at all. Developers, please, in your next version of this, major version, please have save states, or for the love of God, at least a restart feature. I talked about it earlier, or before in my earlier videos, but I still stand by it. Having a restart feature would make things a lot easier. And then you wouldn't have to restart the emulator. You wouldn't have to close out the emulator every single time you want to run a new game. I think that's just something that should be there. But anyways, other than that, CEMU is coming along nicely, and I wanted to just give you an update on that. So again, this is the Patreon build of version 1.7.3d. And my advice so far is, if you are impatient and you cannot wait, and you're a Patreon, so you wouldn't be a Patreon, but if you can't wait, please understand that Breath of the Wild will not run to your proper expectations. Now, again, if you have an NVIDIA GPU, if you have a GTX 1070 or 1080, you should have a Wii U anyways, or Switch. But if you don't, and you only have that video card, and you have a pretty good beefy CPU and stuff, and you want to run this, then you'll probably have a lot better of an experience than I do. You'll probably be getting your games running at 20 FPS, because I've seen people do it. They have i7 6700Ks, and they have their 1080s or 1070s, and they're running great. And you know what? Maybe with an NVIDIA-based CPU, your GPU, you're going to run a hell of a lot better. But as it sits with a 4770K and with an R9 390, performance is not as well as I would like it to be. But that's to be expected, you know, first week of release. So take that as you will, guys. I want to just make that abundantly clear. But I am excited with what the developer's doing. And because it's only a couple developers, thank you guys for what you're doing for the emulation world and everything. Now, just imagine, guys, just imagine for a second, if Nintendo made an emulator that was Wii U, and I'm going to leave you with this question. If they had an emulator that was, you know, for the Wii U or for the Switch or whatever, but it was official, and they charged a $10 a month fee for Wii U games, would you spend $10 a month for unlimited games on PC? You know, if that was available, or cloud-based. If it was like PlayStation Now and everything, but it was, or they had just a base solution where you download the games like what Microsoft is doing, would you guys spend that $10 a month across the board? Doesn't matter if it's Canadian, Australian, or US, or even pounds or anything. It doesn't matter. If it was $10 a month, that or equivalent of that every single month, and you got unlimited games, so you could play Breath of the Wild immediately. Or they had a flat rate where you could spend $60 and get Breath of the Wild immediately, and you could download and be able to play it on an emulator that's sanctioned by Nintendo, that's developed by Nintendo, that runs perfectly fine. Would you spend that $10 a month? That's what I want to know from you guys. So thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next update. Cheers.